Good morning. How are you, Jane? I think I dreamed of salmon last night, Jane. Good morning, Pam. Morning, Elaine. So I'm not sure what the weather is going to do today. I guess it's going to rain all day tomorrow. So hope you guys are going to get in your outdoor activities before it rains. Anything else going on? Fun and exciting? Hi, Diane. Anybody want to talk about anything? It is 10:15, but I'll wait till about 10:16, 10:17, because I don't see my mom on here. She specifically asked for certain poses. So some of you who do group synergy at MVP, I'm going to preview some of the April stuff, some of the core back, and some of the balance today, without the music and without the faster pace. But I like some of the moves, and I knew you would like that, Jane. And so then when you go into the gym, whenever it opens and we start doing hair appointment next week, excellent, Kim. So that when you go back and you start to do the April stuff, that's awesome, Pam, hitting the golf ball good. So you start doing it. Oh, Carol, hi, Mom. So Carol, I'm just saying that we're gonna do some group synergy stuff today. So when you go back in the gym, whenever we open up, hopefully sometime in early June. I don't know any specifics, but hopefully early June. You guys will be a leg up on the competition, even though it's not a competition, but you'll know what you're doing on some of the moves that are a little weird looking at first. So let's start going. Just yoga, just about an hour. We're going to work on back stuff and hips today. Lower back, upper back, posture kind of things. So I really want you to think about today. Shut your eyes. Really think about your posture. So it is Mother's Day weekend, so you're going to think about what your mother told you growing up. To always sit up nice and tall and be proud of yourself. So your shoulders are back, your chest is proud, your palms are up, and you're taking deep breaths. So normally I would be very excited about the hair salons opening up, but my hair salon has closed for good, and my hairdresser has decided to go a different direction with her life. So I am just out in the wind with nothing. So if anybody has a good hairdresser they want to recommend that can cut curly hair, I would love some recommendations. But don't think about that now or for the next hour, because you're supposed to be focusing on your own breath. So big inhales, let it fill up your belly, your rib cage, your chest. Nice, strong breaths. Make your breath loud. And make that breath as even as you can. So the same amount of time to inhale, Same amount of time to exhale. Just clearing your mind of all those outside thoughts and distractions. Let's grab your elbows behind you. Feel your forearms right at your mid and lower back. Tip your chin up towards the ceiling. Pull your shoulders down and towards each other. And just breathe. You don't have to lift your chin up too far to feel a nice stretch in your throat. Relaxing your shoulders. Just bring your chin down to a neutral position. Tip your head over to one side. And then bring your head up through center and over to the opposite side. So hands still behind your back. Just reminding you to sit up tall as you just drop your head side to side. Trying to keep those forearms at your low and mid back to keep you from folding forward as you drop your head. When your head gets over to your right side, let's just leave it over there. Just breathing, eyes still shut. Let's drop your fingers down to your sides, but instead of right at your sides, just turn your fingertips to the back of your mat so that your hands are a little bit behind your hips. So again, it's just encouraging your chest to open more. Let those knees relax, let your hips relax. Breathe. Let's bring your head up through center and slowly over to the other side. Big deep breaths. Again, try to walk your hands maybe a little bit further behind you. Open up the chest, pull the shoulder blades together, drop your head to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. And then let's just roll your chin down to your chest, nice and slow, and over to the opposite side. And then just back through center, over to the opposite side. And then just side to side like that little half circle. Then with your chin down to center, let's leave it there. You can grab your elbows again behind you, or maybe in prayer position behind you. So see if you can get the palms of your hands behind, pulling those elbows back as far as you can, tipping your chin down as far as it feels comfortable, looking down at your lap and breathing. So as you're looking down at your lap, your eyes might be shut, but if you open them, on your inhale, you should see your whole front side of your body inflate on that inhale, and then collapse back down on your exhale. One more breath. When you take your next inhale, your arms are going to go up towards the ceiling. You're going to leave them up there. So really, really reach. Push your hips down. Relax your shoulders down. And then on an exhale breath, turn your palms away and slowly just push down with those hands. Let's inhale back up again and exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. And exhale. This time inhale up and add a rotation. Either side, hands in front and behind. Inhale back up and exhale to each side. Big, deep, audible breaths. So warming up your body with your breath, with the movements. Trying to look up and then down. And when your body gets over to the right side, whenever that is, so take your time. Whenever you get twisted over to the right, I want you to stay there. And just add a little deeper twist. Push down with the hips up through the spine. Twist back with your eyes and your chin. Big, deep breaths. Use the breath to come back through center and all the way twisting to the other side. Noticing how far you can twist right, how far you can twist left. Feel free to stay on the side that you can't twist as far, a little bit longer. Or make sure you just practice that later this evening, later this afternoon. Just try to twist on that side that's a little tighter, a little bit longer whenever you can. Slowly come back to center. If you're sitting on something, let's move it to the side. And then let's take your legs as wide as you can. And once you do that, so it does not matter how wide your legs are. Obviously, a lot of you are doing this all by yourself in your own house. Nobody can see you. And I can't spread my legs that far, so it's perfectly fine, whatever you can do. I want you to grab your own butt cheeks and pull them back so that you're sitting up on those sit bones. And then your arms are going to go up. And then one arm is going to go down, and we're going to lean over to one side. You're going to come back to center, and you're going to lean over to the opposite side. Come back to center, and then the other side. So let's try to put a flex in your toes or in your feet so that your toes are pointing up. You're trying to sit as tall as possible, maybe leaning just a little bit forward at your hip. Just that nice lateral lean. Side to side. Big deep breaths. All right, one more time on each side. And then you're gonna bring those feet together, still flexed, and still making sure you're up on those sit bones. So pull your own cheeks back again if you need to. Staff pose, let's inhale up. So those opposing forces, try to reach up with the fingers, down through your hips, and out through those heels. So really feel like you're flexing your feet, trying to bring those toes back towards your upper body. You can look up if that feels okay for your neck, but if you feel any strain, just look at your toes, how pretty they look, how nice they're gonna look next week when you can go get a pedicure. So sink down, lift up, reach out. Feel that nice strength in those quadricep muscles. And then slowly turn your palms away and press down on the exhale. Slow, slow, slow. Nice, let's bend your knees. Put your hands back behind you and just drop your knees side to side. So giving yourself a little massage, because I don't think those spas are open yet. But if anybody hears of any massage places that are open, please let me know. All right, let's drop your knees over to the left. Bring your right arm over to touch your left hand. Come back to center. Do the same thing on the other side. So twist, tap your right hand with your left. Come back to center. Other side. And do it 3 times on each side. So inhale yourself through, exhale as you tap the other hand if you can. One more time each side. Remember, you're moving on your own breath, so you take your time. This next time, so the 4th time, you're gonna lay your left hand down, your right arm is gonna reach back to that back corner. You're gonna get a nice lateral stretch. The right side of your body, reach. Reach, 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 reach. And then come back to center, same thing, other side. Left arm reaches to the right back corner. Just about 2 or 3 breaths. All right. Come on back to center. And then you're going to lay down on your mat and just drop your knees side to side a couple of times. So knees are bent, feet flat on the floor, just side to side. Arms wherever you want them to be, overhead, at your side, but relaxed. All right, let's come back to center with those knees. And then just bring your right knee in. And extend your left leg straight. And then you're going to switch. And then you're going to switch. So let's inhale as you extend and exhale as you switch. You can point your toes, you can flex your feet. We're just warming up your legs. You can lift your upper body up to start warming up your core. But as always, if that starts to hurt your neck, please don't do it. So either pointing your toes, then switching and flexing your feet. But please don't just hang out with the feet. Pick one to do and commit to it until you go back around, and then commit to the other one. So nice strong extensions of those legs. Nice pull in of those knees. All right, one more time on each side. And then both knees are going to come in. You're going to give yourself a big hug. Your arms are going to go out to the side. You're going to lower your knees over to the right. Just a nice gentle twist looking up or to the left. Putting your right hand on your left thigh if that feels okay for you right now. Getting just a little deeper twist at your waist. Always twist at your waist. Always fold at your hip. Big deep breaths. Let's come back to center and drop those knees to the left. Again, inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. All right, let's come back to center. Let's give your knees a little hug. Let's roll your feet around your ankle joints in one direction. And then opposite direction. And then just squeeze your feet. And then open them back up. Squeeze. And open. And one more time, squeeze really tight. And open back up. And then let's cross at your ankles. We're going to rock a couple of times till you can come up onto your hands and knees. All right, so we're going to do a little core back right now. So what I want you to do is come up into down dog for a couple of breaths. So tuck your toes, push your booty up into down dog, and just take a couple of breaths. Push those heels down. Tuck your chin, look through your legs. Take 2 more breaths. All right, lower your knees down into tabletop. All right, so it's going to look a lot different than anything we've ever done. Your shoulders are over your hands or over your wrists. Knees are underneath your hips. What you're going to do is take your right foot wide of your right hand. So you're in a wide lunge with your knee down. So knee is definitely down this whole time on the left side. You're going to bring your upper body up as your hands go back behind your head. So you're working the back side of your body to bring those elbows back and pull your shoulder blades together. So you're working posture here, opening up. You can look up a little bit. We're going to hold this for a breath or two. And then what we're going to do is come back down into hands and knees, or just hands. And then you're going to take your right foot and step it back and point it back in pointer with the left arm out in that pointer position. So left arm extends, right leg extends. Look down and take a couple of breaths. So it's a nice balance pose. One more breath. Put your knee down, put your hand down, come back into down dog. Right, drop the knees again. Let's do the same thing on the left side. So left foot comes wide. Once you get set there, bring your upper body up, hands behind you, elbows back. Push this hip forward. Pull your shoulder blades together. This knee tracking over your toes. You should be able to see at least your big toe over there. And breathe. You can look up a little bit. You can shut your eyes if you feel stable. Breathe, 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 breathe. 2 more breaths here. So open up the chest, keep a nice long spine. 1 more breath. You're going to bring those hands down. The left leg is going to shoot back. The right arm is going to shoot forward. Stay here and breathe. So if you want to keep those both hands down and just do the leg, perfectly fine. Two more breaths. All right, child's pose or down dog, you decide. All right, so we're going to do that same thing on the right side, and then on the left, then on the right, and then on the left, but we're going to move a little bit faster. So we're not going to hold the pose, we're just going to move fast. So let's come back down onto your hands and knees. So hang out here for a second. So we're going to do it twice. Right, left, right, left. If you want to do it slow, then you're going to do it 1 time on each side. If you want to go with me faster, you're going to do it twice. All right, so let's bring your right foot forward in that wide lunge. Bring yourself up, come back down, and find pointer, right leg back, left arm forward. Bring all that back down into hands and knees. Left leg forward, body up, upper body down, pointer, right arm, left leg. Back down into hands and knees. Right leg, upper body up, everything down, and pointer. Hands and knees. Left leg forward, low lunge, bring yourself up. Hands and knees and pointer. Hands and knees and down dog. From down dog, you're just going to walk your legs up. And you're going to slowly roll up. Inhaling all the way up and exhaling your hands down. You're going to inhale up. You're going to exhale as you fold forward. And you're going to inhale all the way back up. You're going to exhale forward again. and inhale back up. This time, when you fold forward, you're going to step your right leg back and find a low lunge. So look up. Then you're going to take your left foot back into a three-legged plank. So you find plank, and then I want you to lift your left leg up just a little bit. Then put your foot back on the floor and come into down dog. Then the left leg is going to come forward again into lunge. Bring your upper body up. We're going to go into a little balance sequence. So bring that right leg forward and your knee up. Find your balance wherever you want to be with your arms. Then shift forward into Warrior 3. Then find tree pose. Two more breaths. If your hands aren't at your heart, bring them there. Put both feet down. Lift up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels. And balance. Breathe. 3 full breaths. Heels down, arms up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Which leg goes back? Right leg goes back. Right leg. Find your low lunge. All right, find plank. You're going to lift your right foot up a little bit. Three-legged plank. Just lift it up a little bit if you can, or stay in a full plank. One more breath. Down dog. Put both feet down, hips up. Then your right foot, bring it forward into crescent lunge. So crescent lunge means you come up with your upper body. Just arms out to the side. And then that back foot and knee come up. You can step on the floor. You bring your knee up. So this may or may not look similar to your balance in a class we may or may not do at a gym that may or may not be nearby you. Warrior 3 or airplane. With slight modifications so that it's not exactly the same. Find tree. Hands wherever you want them to be. Soften that right leg. 2 more breaths. Both feet down. Both heels up. Find that focal point and breathe. Two more breaths. Lower those feet down. Shut your eyes. Hands either at your heart or at your side. Just be nice and quiet and still. Deep, full breaths. All right, we're going to go through a little sun salutation, modified sun salutation. I'm going to go slow so you don't have to take it on a half breath each move. We're going to stay in each pose for more than a breath probably. So come to the front of your mat if you're not already there. We're going to really try to feel the full expression of each pose. So you'll have time. It's not that difficult when we go nice and slow, so just hang with me. On an inhale breath, rise up with your arms. On an exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back in lunge and drop your hips and look forward, bending that left knee. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Then take that front foot and bring it back into down dog. Drop those heels the best you can, look through your legs, and then try on an inhale, just bring your body forward and flat into plank. Stay in plank for a couple of breaths. If you need to drop your knees, perfectly fine. When you take an exhale, bend your elbows back towards your toes and slowly lower down. Then slip on through and come up into a back bend. Let's hold this. So drop your shoulders down, open up your chest, look up, and breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Feel that nice stretch in your back. Actually, the stretch is in your front side, pushing all those vertebrae back into place in your low back. Tuck your toes, come into down dog. From down dog, you're going to take your right leg wide. So it's going to look like what we did, but now your back knee is off the mat. Your right foot is wide. You're going to bring your right arm up and reach up, twisting lunge. Reach up and press down. Breathe, 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 breathe. You're going to bring that hand back down. Push your hips nice and high in down dog. Then you bring that right foot again forward, but this time right in the middle. So bring it where your right hand was. Drop your back knee and come up into low lunge. Bring your arms up. Stay here for more breath or two. Push that left hip forward. Bring your hands down. Find your down dog again. From down dog, your knees are going to go wide down onto your mat. Your hips go back in child's pose. Then your hips come forward. And then you go back into down dog. You bring your right foot as far forward as you can. Then your left foot as far forward as you can. And then you roll up. Your shoulders up, back, and down. Then the same thing on the other side. Inhale up. Exhale as you fold. Your left foot goes back in a low lunge. Drop your hips, look up. Then down dog. Stay here for a breath or two. Whenever you're ready to take an inhale, slide on up into plank. Knees can be down if you need them to be. Hang here. Your shoulders are going to come a little bit forward of your hands. You're going to lower down, hover if you can, and then push yourself up into a back bend. So I'm in Cobra with my knees down. You can lift your upper body up a little bit more where your thighs would come off the ground. That would be up dog. You feel free to do that if you'd like. Breathe, lift and extend. Tuck those toes, down dog. Once you find your full expression of down dog, you're going to bring your left foot wide up to the top, and you're going to find your twisting lunge, pushing your right hip forward, reaching up. One more breath. Bring that hand down, find down dog. Now that same leg, the left one, comes up to where your left hand was. You drop your knee, you bring your upper body up, inhaling. Staying right here. Really feel that nice stretch. Quadriceps, hip flexor. Breathe. You're going to bring those hands down. Find down dog on an exhale breath if you can. Bring those knees down and wide on your mat. Shift back into child's pose. Come forward and up with those hips and up into down dog. Then your left foot comes forward as far as you can, using your hand to hike it up. Then your right foot, then you roll all the way up. Arms all the way up, hands at your side. All right, you're going to inhale up. You're going to exhale, forward fold. You're going to step both feet back into plank. You're going to slowly lower down, and you're going to be in locust pose. So hopefully you can see me. I think you can. Your toes are pointing. You're on your belly. Your hands are right at your shoulders, palms down. You're going to lift up your upper body, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Lift your upper body and then extend your arms out to the side. Bring your arms back, bending your elbows. Lower your upper body down. Do that again. Up, extend your arms out, bend, and lower. 2 more times. Up, extend, bend, and lower. 1 more time. Up, out, bend, and lower. This time you're just going to leave your elbows bent. You're going to lift your upper body and your left leg. So you're just going to lift left leg and upper body and lower, and then right leg and upper body and lower. So let's do that again. Inhaling up and exhaling as you lower. Right leg, upper body, lower. Left leg, upper body. So push your belly button down into your mat and then lengthen the rest of your body out and away. 1 more time each side. And then we're going to put those 2 moves together. So upper body lifts, extend the arms away, rebend, and lower. Upper body, left leg, lower down. Upper body, right leg, lower down. Upper body, extend your arms right here, rebend, and lower. Upper body, right leg, lower. Upper body, left leg, lower. Upper body only, Extend the arms, rebend, and lower. Upper body one leg, lower. Upper body other leg. Can we do it one more time? Upper body only. Extend away, rebend, and lower. Upper body one leg. Reach, extend, lengthen, lower. Other leg, upper body. Lower. Up with the upper body. Extend, bend, and lower. Stay down. Turn your head to one side and relax. Big deep breaths. All right, child's pose. So push yourself back into child's pose. Tip your pelvis forward. Breathe. Then before we lay down, let's just get on our hands and knees again and do a little cat and cow. So belly button down, chin up. And then reverse that. Pull your shoulder blades apart, tuck your pelvis. And then switch. So cow and cat. 2 more times, in and out. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. All right, let's roll over onto your back side with your knees bent. And drop those knees side to side again. Just kind of notice how this feels now. All right, then I want you to come back to center with the knees, straighten your legs, and then kind of pick up your right butt cheek and place your hand underneath, palm down. So straight arm, your arm underneath your right side of your body. Roll to the right and place your left arm underneath your left side. So your hand should be right underneath your 2 butt cheeks. Then kind of bring your shoulders together so that your chest feels nice and open. And then look up as far as you can. Maybe a little bit behind you. Don't really arch your back a lot, but you should feel like your shoulder blades are kind of moving together. You're looking not just straight up at the ceiling, but back behind where your head is. And you're pulling your shoulder blades together as much as you can. So you should feel a nice back stretch. Nice opening at your chest. But you should feel like your shoulder blades are coming together. Breathe. One more breath. It's just a modified fish pose. So full fish would be a little bit deeper than this and a little bit too much to do on a video yoga class. So let's kind of pull those shoulder blades apart. Just rock side to side to get those arms out from underneath you. And slowly bring one knee in. Slowly, slowly. Bring that knee in. And then bring the other knee in. And just kind of rock side to side. Giving that low back a little massage. And then let's find a happy baby. So either grab your big toes. If your low back felt wonky this morning, I'd like you to just hold on to your hamstrings. So hands either down on your hamstrings or your hands can be at your toes if this does not hurt your low back. I want you to press your tailbone down and away so that you feel it in your low back, or you feel it in your inner thighs and not in your low back. Knees are out and down, and you look like a happy baby. You can rock side to side a little bit. You can straighten your legs and then bend them. So feel free to move around in the pose or just hang out. You decide. You have 2 or 3 more breaths. All right, right foot down on the mat. Left leg crosses as tight as you can. Either leave the right foot down on the floor or bring your knees up a little bit and drop your legs to the right. So twist. You should feel this mostly at your waist and low back. Uncross your legs if it's too much. Look to the left if you need more. Breathe. Come back to center and do the same thing on the other side. Left foot in the middle of your mat. Right leg crosses over. Leave the leg down. Lift the legs up maybe. Twist to the left. Breathe. Relax your upper body the best you can. Keep that focus on your breath. Come back to center. Give yourself a little hug. Bring those knees in. Let's drop your left foot down on the mat, your right leg up in the air. Give yourself a little hamstring stretch. You can use your towel or strap on your foot, or just hold behind your calf or your hamstrings. Whatever works for you. Just make sure your spine stays long, your tailbone down on the mat. And then let's switch legs. Flex that foot, hamstrings, calf, or grab onto your toes. Your upper body can lift if you want, if that doesn't put any strain in your neck or your back. You always decide what works best for you.
Or you can always take that full deep breath. All right, one more breath. Slowly bring that leg down. Put the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees go out to the side so that you're in reclined cobbler's pose. Your heels are as close to your upper body as feels uncomfortable. So slightly uncomfortable. Let your hands either be at your inner thighs, at your hip joints, just kind of coaxing those knees down a little bit. Further towards the floor, towards the mat. Walk your shoulder blades down and away from your ears. And then just let those knees slowly drop to the floor or towards the floor. Trying to keep those feet together. And then your knees down. You can bring your arms up overhead now. Breathe. Let's slowly start to extend those legs straight. Finding your final relaxation position, your Savasana pose, whatever that is for you. You can grab your towel or eye pillow and place it over your eyes. Walk your shoulders down away from your ears. And just find a nice comfortable position where you can be as still and as quiet as possible. Where you're just going to breathe and focus on your breath. Not letting any of those outside thoughts or distractions come back. Just watch your inhale and your exhale. let's wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Just slowly, gently waking yourself back up. You can give yourself that big full body stretch. You can bend both knees and rock them side to side. You can roll over to one side or the other. And then slowly, with the least amount of energy possible, just sit up to a seated position, right where we started at the beginning of class. And we'll just take those breaths together. So palms out. Let's inhale up. And a big ah as you exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Ah. And 1 more time. Inhale. Big, loud ah. Thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday morning. Namaste. Have a fabulous Saturday. Happy Mother's Day to everybody tomorrow. And have a great rest of your weekend. See you guys Monday morning at 9:30. Let me know what you're doing. Send me messages. Happy haircutting week next week, but be safe. Wear your masks still. Thank you. See you later. Bye. Let me know what you're doing. Send me messages. Send me texts. Call me. Whatever. Bye.